Hello, I'm Mama Robin. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not, welcome anyway. I've been promising videos to come that I needed to get done, so here we go. I never did fully finish the 20 signs of a psychopath, traits and characteristics, right here. So we're going to finish that right now. We're just going to run through the whole 20. Okay. What is a psychopath? Psychopaths are people that have with a severe form of antisocial personality disorder, any serious chronic personality disorder, and all personality disorders interfere with a person's mood, thinking, and decision making. Wait a minute. I'm going to start this over. Not the whole video, just the reading. Because I apparently can't read today. Psychopaths are people with a severe form of antisocial personality disorder, a serious personality disorder. All personality disorders have people's mood. Psychopaths are often engaged in criminal, cruel, or socially irresponsible behavior, including lying, stealing, or even being violent or abusive towards others. Because psychopaths have no empathy for feelings, needs, or the rights of others, they also have no remorse, even when their actions harm others. Because they are all combined traits and defects, psychopaths are more likely to engage in crime, violence, abusive behavior towards others, and forms of cruel and dangerous behavior. I cannot read today. I probably shouldn't have done this. But so we're just going to go through all 20 real quick. Number 1 is superficial charm and charisma. Psychopaths can be very charming, charismatic, and persuasive people. They can be especially so with female psychopaths who are more social and emotional than the male counterparts. While lacking true empathy, they often are very skilled at faking pro-social behaviors like flattery, kindness, and false sympathy. Unnecessary cruelty or a mean streak. Let's see. Once the superficial charm and charming charisma wears off, the psychopath will often demonstrate moments of cruelty or meanness. They include gossip, biting comments, lashing out aggressively, laughing or entertain when they hurt or embarrass someone else. Cruelty and meanness are hallmark signs of a psychopath and often lead to a pattern of violating rights of others. Lies, exaggerations, and dishonesty. Many psychopaths are prone to pathologically lying. They may exaggerate the truth to get their way, inflate their ego, or get others to think, feel, or do what they want them to do. Most normal people feel guilty, or at least a little worried about being caught in a lie, but a psychopath's last concern makes lying guilt-free activity. Number 4, lack of accountability and playing the blame game. Psychopaths commit some sort of cruel, violent, and most heinous acts in society, but rarely take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they are more likely to blame the people making excuses and trying to justify their actions, no matter how bad they are. The sign of a psychopath is indicative of their lack of morals, conscience, empathy, meaning they do not have the same sense of right or wrong that most people do. Need for power. Number 5 is the need for power, control, and dominance. Many psychopaths seek out positions of power and authority because they enjoy domination and control of the other people. According to some research, psychopaths are slightly more likely to seek out and secure positions of leadership and will not in the corporate world, suggesting they gain the truth in the stereotype of the psychopath. Number 6, sadistic and enjoyment of pain and suffering. Sadistic enjoyment of pain and suffering. See, I shouldn't be reading today. Sadism is a word that describes a sick sense of pleasure from pain and suffering of other people. In some psychopathic people, the pain in others is sexually arousing, and others' pleasure non-sexual, more to do with excitement of power or the rush of experience. Boredom and thrill-seeking behaviors. Because psychopaths lack some of the normal emotional wiring that most people have, it takes them a lot more to excite them, make them happy, or give them thrills. Psychopaths overall have less impulsive than sociopaths because they aren't driven by strong emotions, but dulled by emotional response, may cause them to seek out thrills. That might be why psychopaths are more likely to engage in crime, violence, sexual promiscuity, and drug and alcohol abuse. Just number 8. Disregard for rules, laws, and norms. See, I can't read. Psychopaths do not follow the same code of ethics as many people do in society, which is why they often behave in more immoral or illegal ways. These may include minor offenses, inappropriate comments, profanity, or more serious offenses like crime and violence. 9. Unaffected, unafraid consequences. Or unaffected or unafraid of consequences. Most people who engage in criminal behavior live in fear of being caught by a psychopath do not always have this same fear. They are partially explained in the fact that psychopaths believe to have abnormalities in areas of the brain that create normal fear responses. Number 10. Detached, cold, and callous demeanor. Researchers believe that psychopaths do not have the same emotional wiring as normal people, which is why they often display cold, callous, and apathetic demeanor. The difference in the structure of their brain believed to be the limit to their ability and experience normal range of human emotions, making this less likely to experience strong emotions. A history of childhood behavior problems. Antisocial personality disorder can be diagnosed only at the age of 18, but the signs and symptoms usually begin in childhood and early adolescence. Most psychopaths show signs of conduct disorder before the age of 15, and most severe psychopaths may be able to trace their behavioral issues by the age of 10. Number 11. A trail of short, broken relationships. Psychopaths lack the ability to emphasize with other people, so it makes sense that they have trouble forming and maintaining close relationships with people. While they may be able to use their charm and powers and persuasion to fool people into liking them, it's usually lacking the ability to maintain these relationships over time. This is why most psychopaths have very short, shallow relationships with people, as well as many people they have betrayed, hurt, or turned into enemies. Exploitation of others for personal gain. A psychopath will use and exploit other people, especially when it means getting something they want in their pursuit of power, wealth, and fame, so forth. There are no lengths that they won't go to in order to get what they want. This is bound to leave many casualties in their path, and a psychopath will not have the remorse when they need to throw someone under the bus. Number 15. No, I did 15. Oh, that was 13. God, see, I can't read or write or talk today, apparently. 14. Calculated and strategic planning. While sociopaths are driven by emotion, a psychopath is more cool-handed and calculated in their decision-making. This can make them more dangerous because they're not easy to predict what they will do and when they will make their move. Some psychopaths devise detailed plans on how to con, exploit, or take advantage of people who are normally generous and kind. Number 15. A lack of conscience. Even when they harm other people, a psychopath will not feel genuine remorse for their actions. They may not even be faced by the consequences of their actions when they get into trouble. They also makes them especially dangerous because they are less likely to limit their behavior on fears getting caught, feeling guilty, and also less likely to learn from their mistakes. Abnormal ways of thinking. Abnormal thoughts are common in psychopaths because their brains are wired differently. This could cause them to make strange, odd, or off-putting comments or observations during normal conversations. Also, a psychopath may occasionally provide a disturbing view into their twisted minds when they're talking about strange things like mean comments about others or statements that make clear that they don't care about other people. Poor attention and loss of interest. One of the less commonly signs of a psychopath is poor attention span, which show up in similar ways to symptoms of ADD or ADHD. A psychopath becomes easily bored with activities, tasks, and other people, and is always looking for something more exciting and entertaining to do or see. This also can lead them to quickly lose interest in goals, projects, relationships, that seem to be important to them. Violent tendencies of abuse or aggression. One of the most dangerous signs of psychopath tendency towards violence and aggression and abuse. Psychopathy is one of the most strongest predators or predictors of violent behavior, including violent crimes of sexual violence. Unfortunately, many violent psychopaths will reoffend even after receiving treatment, rehabilitation, or serving prison time, or having legal consequences. Yeah, right? Okay. 19. Hostile and oppositional by nature. Another one of psychopath's traits is less commonly known as the hostile and oppositional demeanor. While psychopaths can pretend to be friendly, kind, and charming for a short time, their true nature is much more aggressive. Psychopaths are more likely to hold out racist, sexist, or misogynistic views towards others, and also more likely to treat people in a hostile or unkind ways. Number 20, final one. A final warning sign of a psychopathic person seems to be especially skilled at one art of deception. Psychopaths are masters of deception and use lies, distortions, truth, gaslighting, and other dishonest tactics to emotionally manipulate other people and falsely represent the truth. So those are all 20 things. Like I said, I originally started doing these. I did these to help people understand if they were in that type of relationship with someone, or if they were that person, and for them to try to get help. As it's been explained to me by my therapist, most people with narcissistic personality disorder or psychopathic tendencies or full-on psychopath never get help because they don't realize it's their fault. They think it's everybody's fault but their own. So they won't get the help. They just won't because they don't think they need it. So this is, like I said, this is for people that are either in a relationship with somebody like that, or they may be that person. But as I've also said before, if this helps one person, if one person gets something from this, then I've done my job. There's many ways to get help through therapy and stuff. Also, if you need this, there's the suicide hotline. It's 1-800-273-8255. So that's been my last video I'm going to do on this. Like I said, I had to take some time off because of this. No more videos like this ever again. We are going to move on to something bigger and better and different. Unless you want more of these. If you want more of something like this, let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to read them and talk to y'all. Either way, this video is done. As I said earlier, I'm Mama Robin. I do love you. I do care. But we're at a point now where it's peace out.